I originally wasn't even going to do a video about this story, but when I started to read the comments section on CNN's YouTube channel about this story, I said I have to say something because the double standard is definitely real. But before I actually get started, let me just give you a little backstory. This man's name is Richard Russell, and over the weekend, you may have heard about this story. He is the man who worked at an airport who stole an Alaska airline plane because he worked for an airline. He stole a plane. He's not a pilot by any means, or at least not that I know of. And he went joyriding with this plane, and people were looking like, I guess the plane was missing, of course, because it's stolen, it was missing, so they're trying to find out, like, what's going on with the plane. And they got it on the radar, and they found the plane, and he's up in the air just joyriding with the plane, and he's just riding around like in circles and doing flips and all types of stuff with the plane. It wasn't one of those big commercial airline planes. It was like one of the little smaller planes. And they said that they ended up having to send fighter jets up there and try to, to get him down and everything like that. And then they ended up calling on to him, and he was talking about his issues and everything like that. They basically saying the guy sounded like he was suicidal, in which he was, because he ended up crashing the plane and he ended up dying. Now, the only thing about, him crashing is the fact that he didn't do it in an area that had a lot of people. He went to some secluded area where there was nobody there, hopefully, and he crashed in it looked like when I was looking at the picture, it looked like he was in like a wooded area. It kind of reminded me of United 93, the flight that crashed in Pennsylvania on 9/11. It kind of reminded me of that. Now, I'm not going to say whether or not the guy had depression or he was going through some shit. I mean, but to steal a plane and just go joyriding with it, that's something I've never seen before. I've never seen something like that before. I've heard people probably of taking planes before, but they usually go and land somewhere, or they get them to land. But this guy was just going around doing flips and all types of things. You would have thought he was a part of the air show, but that wasn't the case. Now, this is what gets me as far as the CNN comment section goes about this guy. The top comments, or most of the comments that are left in this comment section about him, are completely double standard, because they're saying, wow, I wish that someone could have helped this guy. It's so unfortunate. Someone even said that he was a hero. Someone said, this is the first comment I saw on there. It said, Richard Russell, only 29. I wouldn't have guessed he was 29. Good looking guy with a sense of humor. He hurt no one and went down in a blaze of glory. They're making it seem like he's a hero. They're trying to make him out to be a martyr. Someone said, this breaks my heart. He seemed like a great guy and clearly has so much potential. We all need to drop our judgment and have compassion for this man because at the core of us all is the possibility of falling into the same deep pit of despair and suffering. R.I.P. Someone said they sympathize with the guy, so on and so forth. And I'm reading them comments until I get down to a comment left by a black person, and they meet my exact sentiments, in which they say, I want to know all the times he got in trouble. Tell me his father's crime history. Did his mother ever use drugs? Because if he were black, we would know all of that. That person got 110 likes and 79 comments. I don't know how many dislikes he got. They don't post how many dislikes you get in the comment section. And then you have people in there that's agreeing with them, but mostly who are black, and then people who are white who are going against what they were saying. That one comment is what I'm talking about when I say there's a double standard. Because if he were black, they would be asking all of those questions. But with him, they're not asking that. Why? Because at the end of the day, he's a white guy, or he was a white guy because he's dead now. And we're supposed to just feel sympathy for him. And, then they probably going to do some kind of policy change. If they do some kind of policy change, that lets you know that white privilege is real. That they will change it, the whole some kind of policy or something on the strength of one lonely white person. Because if this person was black, you can forget it. Because, like I said, in this establishment, black people are not allowed to be mentally disturbed or mentally ill. We're supposed to all function normally, or what they deem to be normal. Only they can go through something. Only they can feel pain and despair, which is why many of them are killing themselves right now. Only they can get rehab because of their drug addiction. Because they have to convince the world that they are, how can I put it? That they are the ones who are in need of help and that we aren't. That we can do things on our own, yet they are the ones that run this society. They're the ones that hold pretty much almost all the wealth and political power. But they claim that they are suffering. That is a very low balling thing to say and try to act like it's going on. But because they also control the media, they can have it function that way and have people believe it. But yeah, like back to them comments, it's like, it just amazes me. Not in a surprising way, but just, in a not so surprising way. Like, oh, there goes that naive shit again. Because like I said, if this person was black, the comments would have been read a lot differently and been met with a lot of malice. Why do I say that? Because I've seen their comment sections before when it involves a black person. And it's always like that. Yahoo comment section is probably the worst. Yahoo comment section has probably some of the worst trolls I have ever seen in my life. They're probably as bad as the ones on YouTube. If y'all ever seen a Yahoo comment section on a certain topic, especially when it comes to black people, oh shit, I can't even fathom what their comment section probably looks like right about now, talking about what happened yesterday with that quote unquote unite the right to. I can only imagine what that looks like. But that's really all I have to say as it pertains to this story right here. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. The links to the PayPal and Patreon will be down below. I'll talk to you in the next one.